The sign reads Erectory and Shop Die Play. Some very mature comedian has clearly altered the lettering. This man is wearing the same outfit as the guards outside, a wolf mask and letterman jacket. As you get closer, you notice the outfit looks old and worn, patched up many times through the years.
Fresh lambs, esteemed guests. The door guard informed me you were coming. You are most welcome to all the delicacies and pleasures the bazaar has on offer, provided you have the coin.
We explored the out. Are there any caravaneers here?
Ah, yes. Paradolia Jones would be the man you're looking for. He'll be hanging out at the Fountain Bar, right there.
He gestures behind him. We explored outside and ran into Campman's and bandits dressed as clowns.
Really? Dressed as clowns, you say? That sounds like Los Payasos. But there's no way those crazy fucks are out here. I suggest you talk to Flab about this. You can find him in the back, up the stairs.
What kind of stores do you have here?
We have all kinds. All kinds indeed. Piscitelli sells weapons to any weary pilgrim. Gwyn Talbot is your woman if you need protective gear. Dr. Coldcuts can sell you medical supplies or see to your health needs. And in the central area, you'll find the Fountain Bar. A good place to kick back with a drink and some of Masato's delicious pork.
Where can we go for fun?
Depends on your definition of fun. I'd recommend talking to Eidolon. She and her pals really know how to party. But if you're a more cerebral type, check out Querex's museum in the back.
Could you tell us about the facilities?
The bazaar's a bazaar unlike any other, piglets. You want it? We have it. No meat is too exotic. No luxury is too fantastic. If you can afford them, they're yours.
Showers?
Yes. Actually, no, sorry. They were buried in a recent snow tunnel collapse in the Warrens.
Place to sleep?
Oh, we're all full up.
Movie matinees?
Sorry, our projector broke years ago.
Gladiatorial death matches?
Perhaps in our older days, that chapter of the Monster Army book is closed. Sorry.
So what do you actually have?
I am sorry, esteemed guests. The bazaar may not be what it once was, but we still have plenty on offer. Hot food at the Fountain Bar, weapons and equipment from our merchants, pleasures for the eye at Eidolon's. Look around.
Thanks, we'll look around.
Enjoy your visit.
Hot noodles!
As you approach, this man's eyes flit over every member of your team as if assessing whether or not you are a direct threat. He relaxes after a moment and touches the brim of his hat with a slight nod.
I think I've heard of you. The Rangers, right?
That's right.
It's a pleasure.
We could use your help. There's a group of refugees topside who need transport to Colorado Springs.
I see. Not my usual line of business, but I don't see why not. My normal rates would apply for a one-way transport.
I like this one better. You and I both know it wouldn't cost you anything just to have them ride along. Think of it as good PR for your caravan.
I suppose you have a point there. Paradolia Jones, friend to the people. All right, I'll make sure they're part of my next caravan run to Colorado Springs. I'll send people to check up on them now.
Anything you can tell us about Colorado?
Thanks to the Patriarch, this stretch of land from Denver in the north to Steeltown in the south is pretty safe to travel. You'll find richer opportunities the further you venture out, but it'll also come with more risks. I could tell you more, but truth be told, the only way to know the land is to travel it. You look well equipped and competent. Just head out and see what you can learn.
Do you have anything for sale?
Just my services as a caravan master. I organize caravans to get people, goods, and livestock from one place to another, but I don't sell goods myself. These lands near Colorado Springs are pretty safe, but still lots of people need help getting around, especially if you want to range further than that.
Goodbye.
So long.
Guns sanctified with blood,
gun or assault
blood
rifle.
sanctified by
I can't
guns.
decide.
The woman has scars all over her body. marks that speak of acid burns and shrapnel damage. Her eyes are scarred and blind as she turns to you as you approach.
Heartbeats that I don't recognize. Come closer, strangers. The sanctified Piscatelli crafts weapons of all sorts for those in need, and she can read that you are very much in need.
Those scars, are they from your work with weapons?
Have you ever loved something so deeply that it gouges loose all the fears you might have possessed? If so, you would know what these scars are. Benediction. Sanctification.
Show us what you've got for sale.
Certainly.
Alright, so this lady, she has... Wait, no? There it is. The Red Dragon. It's a pretty good rifle. Mockingjay doesn't yet have the skill points for it because she's got non-battle skills equipped. But... what's her name? Jodie Bell, she could do it. That being said, I'm not going to buy this just yet, so... but this is something that you definitely should consider getting if you have a sniper in your team. I'll come back and pick up stuff later. I prefer to leave inventory management for offline play.
You hear the stories about the killer clown? They say he eats kids.
Asshole! You know clowns give me the creeps.
Well, when you're a man as sexy as I am, you always gotta fight off.
Now who are these beauties in my theater? Come to Eidolon.
La la la, la 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 la. Ha!
Okay. The woman's shocking purple hair and ridiculously voluptuous form make her stand out from the average Wastelander. She looks like she dropped in from a different time and place.
Hey there, Eidolon. You look better every time I see you. How's show business?
Ah, Marshal Quan. As charming as ever. And you brought your most beautiful friends to Eidolon's Chick Flicks Theater, I see. Aren't you all a sight for sore eyes, honey lips?
You show movies there?
Movies? Oh no, sweetheart. We deal in real flesh and blood shows. Ah, sugar plums. Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, I'm so happy you walked into mine. You look like strapping, helpful hunks. Wouldn't you love to help out our little Eidolon?
What can we do to help?
Oh, my heroes. So here's the rub. The Chicks Flicks theater shows only the finest, most exclusive performances. But we are running low on material. I'd ask if you were volunteering to be my next star, but we all know I couldn't afford your gorgeous asses. I suppose the next best thing would be getting me some fresh material.
Where would we get fresh material?
I know where to find some old movie reels. We've got good tech in here. So between some creative editing and a little bit of improvisation, I can produce our next masterpiece.
We're in. Where do we find these movie reels?
So it's easy as a slice of apple pie. The Monster Army used to live in a pre-war luxury bunker. Apparently their monster outfits were inspired by the movies they watched in there. The bunker has been abandoned for years and years, so it should be simple. And hey, I know any resistance you meet won't be a problem for such beautiful and powerful people. Good luck out there, sweeties.
Can we ask you some questions?
Anytime, gorgeous.
What can you tell us about the bazaar?
The bazaar? Well, you can get some good eats here, if you like pork. Flap's a bit of a softy, but he knows the value of money. That'll keep the gears greased, not to mention my performers.
Can we talk about your performers?
They're fantastic, gorgeous people, talented, double-jointed, incredibly flexible, incredibly. Trust me, I sampled each of them myself.
What's this operation you run?
This is Chicks Flicks, where nothing is sacred and everything's for adaptation. We take the fantasies of pre-war films by adding some missing venereal elements. The little extra sexy sauce leaves our customers extra satisfied.
Let's talk about something else.
Yes, please. Let's keep talking, gorgeous.
Goodbye.
Come back again soon. Those asses
I know.
are too
How can I contain all
beautiful
this
to stay
sexiness?
gone.
You hungry? You could grab some pork buns.
This is the
Maybe
man
later.
you want. Just try to imagine me
Not that the
whispering
bazaar's
sweet
not perfectly
nothings
safe,
in your
but,
ear.
well, you know,
Been
just
here for
talk to
hours.
Flap.
Oh, my feet are killing
Talk
me.
to our
Can't
boss if you're here to
believe
help.
You missed the sale of Piscatelli's.
Not that the bazaar's not perfectly safe, but, well, you know, just talk to Flap.
Oh, wow! Are you Rangers? I haven't seen any of you guys since I left, in a while. Yeah, I haven't seen any Rangers in a while. Are you here to fight the monsters under the bazaar? That would be awesome! I'm Quarex, by the way. This is my cool museum of, coolness. Would you like a tour?
Sure, give us the tour.
Really? Okay. This way. Okay, I'll start. Welcome to Quarex's Quabinet of Curiosities, a collection of the rarest of the... Well, it's toys and games mostly, and some mementos, but they're all really cool, I promise. That top hat belonged to Mr. Cynical from Angel Oracle out in L.A., a fellow game aficionado. He lived his life trying to help the little guy, defending them against bullies and end-level bosses. In the end, though, a boss got him, and well, he didn't make it. I keep his hat around to remind me to be honest and decent like he was. This was the best video game ever! Wasteland 4! You can choose what color you want the screen to be, red or green. This is the most sought-after gaming accessory ever made, the legendary Mighty Mitt. I love the Mighty Mitt. It's so bad. This is a genuine megascope. The most advanced optical aiming device of its day. A priceless artifact. Shame somebody stuck it on that silly old ray gun, but I'm not gonna try to take it off. I might break it. This is a Tarjan the Tenebrous machine. It can tell your fortune, but you get a premium fortune if you have some special tokens. Wish I had some. This throne was once the most coveted object in the Wasteland. The rule was whoever sat on it was the king. King of what exactly, I don't know. I also don't know who made that rule. This is a Slicer Dicer, the scariest robot ever. It slices, it dices, it even makes julienne fries. Whatever those are. If this thing was working, we'd all be dead by now. These are the most classic of classic arcade games. Avenue Brawlers, Catboy, and Star Intruder. This is a surfboard. I don't know what surf is, and what boards have to do with it, but this looks well-loved. It has property of MF on it. I hope that doesn't mean what I think it does. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions.
Achievement unlocked, Pre-Apocalyptic Tourist.
Hi, Rangers. Good to see you again.
Let's talk.
Sure.
Your name is Quarex? Didn't you live with the Topekans in Arizona?
You must be thinking about someone else. Quarex is a more common name than you might think, you know. Anyway, not me. Nope.
Sure. You're sweating a lot, Corix.
Oh, well, haven't you heard? Scientists say sweating is a sign of truthfulness. Okay, fine. I'm Quarex from Rail Nomads. Happy now? Kinda cool you guys have heard of me. Nobody knows about me.
Why did you come to Colorado?
Well, basically, everything went downhill after Ranger Team Echo found that 3DO for me. Some shady guys started coming around asking me to sell it to them, and when I said no, well, they didn't like that at all. I was going to call the Rangers since you'd all been so nice to me, but then Ranger Citadel blew up, so I left. Had to leave all my cool stuff behind, even the 3DO. But there's lots of cool stuff around here, too, and I've been finding it. And that's how I started my museum.
If you're on a run from shady characters, why didn't you change your name?
Oh, I did. I just always forgot to say it. I'm supposed to say my name's Dave, but yeah.
What can you tell us about the bazaar?
It's great! There's so much cool stuff at all the merchant stalls. I add to my collection all the time. Some spooky stuff has been happening lately, though. Monsters are coming up from the tunnels at night to snatch people. It's like Chud in real life.
Talk to you later.
Bye, Rangers. Thanks for visiting me.
I'm doing great here. Thanks again.
Get your protective
Serious
gear
like
here.
self shops here sometimes.
A reek of tobacco and tannin surrounds this wizened, dark-skinned woman. Without breaking eye contact, she swaps her chewed-down cigarette stub for a fresh one and lights it before she speaks.
Ah, you look like tough sorts. Patriarch sent you. Whoever you are, we can certainly use your help. Some kind of beastie down in the Warrens or something. Talk to Flab up the stairs.
You're Talbot? Rather than answer, she takes a long drag of her cigarette. Your question does not seem to have impressed her. What do you sell?
Kinda depends on who's buying. For you, leather goods, protective gear, armor. Up to you if you want to deflect stabbings or look like a badass. Either way, I have you covered.
Want both. Can we see your wares?
That's why I'm here.
So I don't suggest buying anything until you've solved the quest in this area because you get a discount for helping the people here. But if you're looking for tank gear, this is the place. Though I'm not too sure, at least on Supreme Jerk difficulty, that armor seems to matter that much.
I suggest you speak to Flap.
Dr. Coldcuts can cure what ails ya.
Why, hello. Name's Hirsch. Lev Hirsch. But you can just call me Dr. Coldcuts. What do you need?
Why is your name Dr. Coldcuts?
Oh, used to be the veterinarian/butcher here back in the day. Learned all about how the body works by carving up meat. Animal meat, of course. When Doc Kessler passed, well, I inherited the position.
Can you tell us a bit about the bazaar?
Not much. Got all kinds of traders here, selling all sorts of junk. The heart of this place is meat, though. Pig meat is a luxury not everyone can afford. Anyway, got a bit of a pickle of late. Something murderous roaming the Warrens. Some say it's the old monster army leader, the Cyclops come back from the dead and hunting us. Bunch of BS if you ask me, but something's down there. Talk to Flab if you haven't already.
Do you sell any medical supplies?
Ah, the self-medicating sort. Sure, take a look.
I really like the idea of med darts, I just haven't used any yet. This young red-headed man is decked out with tools, ready for work. He turns to you, not pausing his fervent chewing.
Hey, strangers. Randy's the name. Automobiles are the game. Flab's master mechanic, they call me. How can I help?
What can you tell us about the troubles in the bazaar?
Nothing much, really. Something's been prowling the Warrens, killing anyone who goes down there. Some big beastie. The suicide pig's got something to do with it, but I don't know what. Sorry, not much help, I know.
You like working here?
Not particularly. It's boring work. I only get pulled in if something breaks that a tender can't fix, so I spend most of my time just waiting here, like I'm doing now. But beggars can't be choosers.
Oh, I wish they served chicory here. Ugh, why? It tastes like boiled tree bark. Somebody told me they...
Hot noodles!
Ooh, you know what I want? A horchata.
The man before you is moving so fast he's nearly a blur, as he dashes from pot to pot on his stove, stirring one, tasting another. As you approach, he stops his cooking to turn his undivided attention to you.
Hello there, my friends. My name is Masato, and let me tell you, your taste buds will remember the day you met me. Here, have you ever seen anything this delicious?
He holds a steaming hot bowl in front of you, filled to the brim with some kind of noodles. That looks amazing, may we?
Yes, be my guest. After enjoying this bowl, know that my store is open to you. I have a variety of goods that you may find useful.
He hands you the bowl, which turns out to be a mix of noodles and pork, which is filling and quite delicious. He watches you eat it with a hopeful grin.
A man who never eats pork is never a whole man. But I have to tell you, my friends, these noodles are a pale imitation of the real thing, the great pre-war delicacy, the rarest of rare magics, instant ramen noodles. I hope one day I will perfect my recipe to recreate them. But enough about me. How can I be of service?
Anything you can tell us about the bazaar's residents?
Eidolon is relatively new to this place. She showed up not long after I did. Her business model is interesting. Not sure how she actually makes money, though.
Can you tell us anything more about Bazaar's residents?
Paradolia Jones is probably the best, most reliable caravaneer you'll ever meet. But here's a weird tidbit about him. He saw a picture of a duck in an old pre-war book when he was young, and he's been deadly afraid of them ever since. Isn't that strange? Piscatelli is an interesting lady. Don't be turned away by her looks or her rather odd philosophy. She is a wizard when it comes to weapons of all kinds. Friends, I do love to chit-chat with you, but I also have a business to run. Sorry.
Fine. So you're looking for instant ramen noodles?
You picked up on my subtle hints. Years ago, a friend in Colorado Springs gave me a package of instant ramen noodles that he had found in the Warrens underneath the bazaar. The experience changed my life forever, and I moved here in hopes of finding more.
The cook starts to fidget, despair painting his face as he loses his usual buoyant composure.
The Warrens aren't safe. I can't venture down there. But you must understand, it is as if my body is made of ramen. If you go down in the Warrens, please keep your eyes open for this rare delicacy.
Can we see your wares?
Naturally. My store is always open to you, my friends.
Combat stems. I like the sound of that. Let me stock up on those.
Fill her up, barkeep.
Hola,
I'll
amigos.
tell you when to quit.
¿Cómo estás?
Hey, pals. Finn is the name. If you need a drink, you've come to the right place. If you got questions, well, I suppose that's okay too.
What can you tell us about this place?
Not much. I'm pretty new. Just started a week ago. Rumor has it the old bartender mysteriously vanished into thin air. Anyway, this place is something for everyone. Guns, armor, food, meds, entertainment, and most importantly, booze! If you're here to work for Flab, then he might be able to tell you more. One thing's for sure, there's something weird going on here.
What can you tell us about Flab?
Flab the Inhaler is the man who is large and in charge of the bazaar. And I ain't kidding you when I say large. From what I've seen, he's always in his office, just up the stairs.
What did you mean by something weird?
I don't know. I suppose everyone's on edge, you know? They're all putting on brave faces like things are normal, but I can tell something is wrong. Just don't know quite what.
I'll have a drink.
Only the finest drinks on Earth.
Fill her up, barkeep. I'll tell you when to quit.
For all that it might be swaddled in dirty, mismatched fabric, this figure is clearly anything but human. At your approach, it straightens with a creak of rusted gears and presses a palm to the Nixon mask over its face.
As I live and eat cherry pie, more of my fellow humans in the bazaar. You make yourself welcome now, you hear?
He scratches behind his mask's plastic ear. His shirt shifts to reveal a coil device on his chest, an impressive-looking piece of tech.
Fellow humans?
Tell us about yourself.
Well, gosh, and apple pies. You put me in a spot. Let's see. My name is Long John, and I'm old as dirt. I've traveled a little, but nowhere interesting. Now I'm here in the bazaar, just to see what life has to offer. Make friends. Wasn't something that I got to do when I was younger, what with my job and all. There was no time to make friends, none at all. But I'm making up for it. I know everyone in the bazaar, and they know me.
Tell us about your travels.
I'll tell you youngins what I can. Despite the fact I'm old as the mountains, figuratively speaking, that is. Humans rarely live past 70, and I'm just about ready to expire. I don't know everything, you hear? Even though I've walked all the way from Denver to Steel Town and back again.
You have any stories about Colorado Springs?
Colorado Springs? That's an alright place. A little uptight, but that's what you get from having all of the 100 families there. I like the scientists and engineers, though. Real clever kids.
Have you been to the plains?
Nuh-uh. Place like that ain't fit for the lonely traveler. Well, you might be all right. If you do decide to go in that direction, I've heard that it's gotten real dangerous.
What can you tell us about Steel Town?
Steel Town? That place is an industrial nightmare. Raging fires all around. Melts right through the skin. Gives me the shivers, you hear?
Tell us about Denver.
I'd stay away from the city. It's nothing but a corpse these days, and the Gippers, well, they're not a bad lot per se, but I'd be careful around them. If you have to spend some time, I'd personally visit the airport instead. The young'uns there are wonderful.
Let's talk about something else.
You kids these days and your limited attention spans.
What can you tell us about the people in the bazaar?
Some of it is real private, and some of it probably should be. But you young whippersnappers tell everyone everything.
He taps the side of his bulbous plastic nose.
Like Paradolia Jones? He's probably the best damn caravan master in the bazaar. But his business would be better if he knew how to keep his mouth shut. Between you and me, if I was afraid of ducks, I wouldn't tell a soul.
What can you tell us about the people in the bazaar?
Oh, you clever whippersnappers are trying to fish some secrets out of old Long John. No, not today.
Goodbye.
So soon? I suppose even good things gotta end sometime. You be safe now, you hear? And come back to see old Long John when you can. Best of luck to you.
Get your protective gear here.
Where'd you get them?
Alright, so we were saving this area for last. There's stuff in the museum that we haven't interacted yet with. First, let's go ahead and interact with this broken slicer dicer. The robot slumps in place, eaten by rust, almost lifeless save for the faint pinpoint glow of its pupils. Hey, functional? It clacks in reply, an uneven staccato noise, its head twitching like a clockwork bird that has forgotten the trick of realism. A hiss of black smoke unravels from the paneling of its throat. Try to fix the robot. For a moment, the machine comes to... I guess we got a slicer dicer. The machine comes to mockery of staggering life, hissing rusted pistons creaking within its carapace. Then it sags back on its pedestal, clearly beyond salvaging. However, it did shift slightly, allowing you a closer look at its parts. Learn what you can from its carapace. An inscription on the back of the robot reveals a serial number in place of origin. This slicer dicer came all the way from Arizona. You also find some words scratched into the robot's chassis, possibly by its own blades. Cochise is dead. I am free. Inspect the machine's legs. The limbs are a madness of gunshot wounds and blunt trauma, evidence perhaps of encounters with raiders and whatever else haunts the wastelands. This throne was once coveted by many, as whoever would sit upon it would become king of the Wasteland. This display case contains an energy weapon that has been fitted with a highly sophisticated pre-war scope. It looks masterfully crafted and carefully maintained. Small plaque beside the case reads, "Set, POW, accurate to a single pixel. You'll never miss when using the Megascope. The glass case does not appear to be locked." Inside his glass confinement, Tarjan bears his rictus grin to the world, an eye cracked, the other throbbing like a flesh wound. Here's a conspicuous red button. Beside it are the words, "Press here to receive fortune." Press the button. Tarjan remains stoic as you hear a shrill grinding sound. A tiny scrap of paper stamped with irregular writing emerges from a slot. In 20 years, America will be nothing but dust, and its mountains will echo with the screams of 1,000 fallen soldiers. Little late. The Mighty Mitt used high-tech sensors to give ultra-dimensional control to those brave enough to enter the virtual world. The last known copy of Wasteland 4, the cover is signed with the initials BF. In memoriam for the man who fought for the little guy. Container. I guess loot that. Oh, not with you. Storage unit 105 key, that's for somewhere in the basement. Dream vacuum, it has 3 settings, lucid, bathroom, and nightmare. And a Clorox tape.
Made it past Telluride today. Found a guy there who sold me some rat jerky. There's a caravan heading for Boulder, and I'm going to try to tag along. Colorado's cold and kind of scary, but there's treasure here, too. That guy with the rat jerky, he had like 6 or 7 3DO cartridges just lying around his shack. When I asked him how much for the set, he looked at me like I was crazy. Practically gave them away. You know what? Leaving Arizona might be the best thing that ever happened to me.
Eat your way through the maze, but don't get caught by the poltergeists. Defend the Earth against aliens and space. The famous arcade game where you clean up the streets with your fists. Before the war, people used these to ride ocean waves, probably for transportation.
I love those boots.
I could kick some serious ass with these.
I got this awful rash. Want to see?
I love those boots.
Get your protective gear here.
But they're
Dog,
too
I
small.
got the dog says I got the pox. That's the kind of
I
flu,
suggest you
right?
speak to Flab.
Ah, children of the desert. What wonderful music they make. What do you want of Jacob the Magnificent? This wonderful, wonderful...
The corpulent man standing before you spits out a set of fake Dracula teeth and wipes his mouth.
Okay.
What's with the Dracula act?
Do not judge harshly, my friends. We hold on to our rituals of the past to try to remember our long-lost strength. It may strike you as pathetic, but it gives us much-needed comfort.
What do you mean, not the best of times?
You have not noticed? I am surprised, but nonetheless, we have been under assault, my friends. Something, someone, some horrible unknown thing is roaming the warrens below us. People have been disappearing, not to mention the pigs loaded with explosives running amok. You are the Patriarch's Rangers, yes? If he trusts you, so can I. Nothing we've done has helped, so your arrival could not be more fortuitous. We need your help to combat this threat.
How long has this been going on?
It's been 2 weeks, maybe 3. Not long at all. At first, we thought it might have been the fanciful imaginings of the chemically influenced. But then a pig appeared out of nowhere, outside the bazaar, ran into a party of mashers, and exploded. Quite distressing. People have been disappearing ever since, and more pigs keep appearing. I need my masters to keep the place safe. We need outside help. Your help.
Now, if you say this line, you don't get the barter, so we're gonna do barter instead. Unknown horrors require some hazard pay. Upfront hazard pay.
Wonderful. I can't fully trust a person unless they're honest, and money is the most honest of all. Of course, here is some extra upfront pay, with more due when you return. Good luck.
We were in the Warrens. We saw a bunch of thugs dressed as clowns.
Clowns? No. It's impossible. They would not come all this way. They can't.
You know those clowns?
In a manner of speaking, yes. Los Payasos are one of the wild gangs that escaped the Patriarch's control. Disorganized, uncontrollable, but dangerous. If there is something you care about, their joy is to watch that thing burn. If it is Los Payasos down there, we truly need your help. They would not hesitate to kill every living thing in my home in the most unspeakable ways. We won't be safe until every last payaso is dead.
Can you tell us about the bazaar?
A decadent oasis steeped in culinary wonders. The bazaar is Colorado's gastronomic holy land. It is a carnival of wonders. It is paradise. But it was even more splendid once, a long time ago.
What was it like a long time ago?
Primal, a wild place. I was there when the monster army first arrived in the bazaar. We tore the farmers limb from limb, fed them to their pigs. A graceless epoch, but so visceral, so alive. But its savagery had no place under the Patriarch's rule. He is a harsh man, but his edge is directed, guided, not like the chaos of old.
Any recommendations of things to do here in the bazaar?
For you, my friends, be sure to check out our stores. The Sanctified Piscatelli and Gwyn Talbot in particular should have goods most useful to your cause.
Let's discuss something else.
With pleasure.
We'd like to know more about you.
You ask too much of me, my friends. What is a leader but a servant of the community? My story is the bizarre story. I am nothing but a receptacle of its wishes.
We'd like to know how you ended up in charge of the bazaar.
Where do I start? Once, I was a humble lieutenant in the monster army. Then the Patriarch came to the bazaar. He executed my predecessor, and everyone else was too stupid to understand that this is the new world order. When he came to me, I did not hesitate. I swore myself to his service, marrow and muscle, and the Patriarch, in his infinite grace, gave me command of the bazaar and all of its lives.
This probably isn't very sensitive to ask, but have you had any thoughts on that nickname of yours?
I appreciate the delicacy. Your compassion will be remembered. But no, I've no thoughts on the nickname they have given to me, and no cause to think about it. After all, Flab describes me well, does it not?
Suppose so.
Good! Most would have lied to my face, told me that Flab the Inhaler was a blasphemy against my greatness. But you have courage. I see a long friendship ahead of us. The truth is that I see this fat as proof of my station in life. Here, in these wastelands, how many have the opportunity to eat and flourish as I have?
We have other questions.
And I would be a bad host if I did not provide you with answers.
We'll be back.
The bazaar will be waiting.
Based on the playground equipment and the bright colors, you're pretty sure this room used to be a nursery.
Be very careful if you're heading down below.
Up. Stay away from that safe, lambs.
Oh, all right.
I got this soulful rat. Dogs.
Dr. Cold Cuts can cure.
Somebody told me they serve lemonade. No way. Where would they get...
Hey there. Always good to see some friendly faces down here. Don't go near the cages, though. The little piggies are friendly, but they'll bite if they get spooked. Oh, don't mind the smell. Nothing some fragrant flower beds wouldn't fix. Only thing is, we ain't got any of those down here in the Warrens.
Holy crap, it smells in here.
Not holy shit. Pig shit. Stinks like the bowels of hell. Nothing much I can do about it, though. Need something to mask this fucking stink.
Any luck finding something to mask the smell?
Hell no. I'd consider searching the deeper Warrens, but it's not safe there.
Can you tell us about the Warrens?
Ah, yes. Dug out by the Monster Army ages ago. The whole tunnel network used to belong to us. And from what I hear, we had some fun in there. Nowadays, it's not safe. Something is roaming the deeper tunnels, so best to stay clear.
You take care of the pigs here?
Yup. Pigs have been a part of the Monster Army and the Bazaar as long as it's been around. Not a common good out here, you see. Highly valued. So we keep them well-fed, happy, and guarded.
What's that outfit you have on?
This? The traditional garb of the Monster Army tenders. Our job is to tend to our piggies, as well as do any maintenance needed to keep this place up.
Goodbye.
I will miss your scent.
Keep them guarded, but then why are there so many? There's like more pigs out there than are in these cages. Pig feed is in the process of being prepared. Their diet seems to consist of aging root crops and other leftover vegetables.
Hey now, stay away from the cages.
Oh, all right.
Hey, welcome to the house of DJ RIP! I take it you're here for the giveaway contest.
What giveaway contest?
Ha! Good one. Everyone knows the DJ RIP show giveaway contest. Rules are the same as always. Just answer one simple question. Get the answer right, you get something awesome. Get it wrong, you still get something awesome. Just slightly less awesome. Ha! Awesome! So, you here for the contest or not?
Sure.
All right. We're live in 3, 2. All right, everybody! It's time for another round of DJ RIP's Believe It or Not. We have some new faces for you today. Hey, introduce yourselves to our audience.
We're the Rangers.
The Rangers of Colorado! Get ready for the question, but first, a quick shout out to today's sponsor, the fabulous Chick Flicks Theater. Come see their shows, come again, then leave satisfied. Now, your question. In the year 1984, a giant marshmallow man attacked the city of New York. Believe it or not?
Not.
Correct! The giant marshmallow man was fictional, folks. No matter how many times he pops from the movies into my nightmares. Anyway, here is your reward, fine folks. And for our listeners, this one is for all you sinners out there.
Who are you?
DJ RIP in the house! Basement. I'm the Bazaar's resident jockeyer of discs and spinner of plates, here to entertain the masses.
Why are you down here?
used to have my booth up above, but they told me my sounds were bothering the fine folks doing their shopping. No skin off my teeth there. As long as I have my music, I'm fine wherever. Some creepy shit going on around here, though. Those weird sounds coming from the Warrens ain't helping me focus on my work. Hopefully Flab can figure it out.
What can you tell us about this area?
It used to be a fine place to play some music and relax, but there's been too much weird shit lately, you know? Keep hearing laughter coming from deeper down the Warrens, people disappearing. I don't know, man. Bad stuff.
Goodbye.
All right.
Head right through. Good luck.
Nice. On the monitor, the following words appear. Payasos only, culeros. If you can't finish the limerick, you don't get through the door. Comprende? First line's free. You pendejos all want us to croak. Now type in the next one. Item limerick note part 1. We're the punchline to every joke. So far so good, puto. What next? You pendejos all want us to croak. We're the punchline to every joke. We love carnage and gore. What? Are you stupid or something? Try again. It feels like you're shooting in the dark. Maybe you can find some clues by looking around the Warrens. Loser. So open up. Okay. Storage key 105, 109. Drop them on the floor so I can pick these doors.
Ave atque vale. Pange lingua gloriosi.
Okay. Okay, let's try looting these things. I might be here for a little bit. Alright, so we got another EMP grenade, another law. Alright, that's good. Unfortunately, I don't have Lucia in my party anymore, so I only get one rocket. But, all in all, this was a pretty good save load chest. These things still are glitched out, but that's alright, as long as it doesn't trap me inside. Cool, cool. this next set of items. Okay, that's an improvement over what I'm currently at. We'll save that one. What do we got? Okay, yeah, this I'll take. Another rocket. And okay, that's a pretty cool weapon mod. Alright, I think I spent maybe like 20 minutes looting these chests. Several dead monster army corpses have been piled in this corner. Some of the corpses look like they've been chewed on by pigs. Bodies have been piled high in this corner. There are signs of torture. It is clear these people were brought down here against their will. I haven't checked this. So this is the area where I need the limericks, so I guess we'll head down this way. While we're here, let's take a look at the mission log and see what the addendum is for... Is it Unwelcome Guests? No. Nightmare in the Bazaar, there we go. We found Vlad's missing people. Looks like they were murdered by killer clowns. I think we knew that already. Alright, well, I guess we'll give this thing a shot.
Got him cold.
He looked like he was out of range. I guess his body's enough in it, even though the image itself it's not in it. But I guess since he takes up all those hexes or something, I don't know. Need to use precision strike for this. That being said, he's got a lot of hit points, and I can probably build up another strike. It's possible I might need to dig these things to find the limericks.